So I invited, when I signed up to give programs, one of the first people I thought of inviting was Beth Tucker from the International Friendship Program at Purdue. I signed up a year ago for this program and had the pleasure of being a friend to a Chinese student this past year, and I'm also participating in the International Friendship Program with Colombian students that you see here today. So I'm going to read a little bit of a bio Beth wrote. Not to trust my memory, I'm just going to read it right off the sheet. So Beth Tucker has worked at Purdue with international students since 2004. Before coming to Purdue, she was an international student advisor at the University of Houston and also taught English as a second language to immigrants in the Chicago area community college and also to students in Taiwan. She enjoys traveling internationally and has recently, in the last 5 years, visited Jordan, Israel, and Turkey. As an intercultural program specialist in international programs, she coordinates the International Friendship Program and has matched nearly 400 students during that time. And that's her favorite part of the job, is being a matchmaker. She is here today with students in International Friendship Program Columbia to share more about this exciting program. So if you would join me in welcoming Beth Tucker.
Okay, well, thank you for that welcome. And to help me today, I thought it would be a lot more fun if the students could join me and present. So I'm going to ask them to come forward now. So we have Felipe, Paula, Natalia, and Daniel. There we go. So, first of all, this International Friendship Program started about 20 years ago. I just had, just popped into my mind here. Have some of the others of you been in this program before too? Okay, I see some hands going up. Great, so you can also endorse the program. And I'm going to leave when at the end of the presentation on the front table here, just some of our orientation times that we have left. If you get inspired and you want to do this, we've got some orientation times you could sign up for to be matched with a student this fall. So, but here to help me though, I want to give a chance to each of our Colombian students to just share a little bit. If you want to step up a little closer so they can see you in the light. Let each of them introduce themselves and tell a little bit about their major, what their department is, and then what their research topic is while they're here.
Can we get more light on the front?
Turn the lights back on a little bit.
Lights back on.
Lights back on. Lights.
There we go.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia. I am from Colombia. I'm studying biology, actually. We all are undergrads. Yeah. So here at Purdue University, I'm working at civil engineering with 3 advisors of that department, but I'm working more specifically with environmental engineering. So my research project here is about soil microbiology, basically. So thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I study industrial design in Colombia, and here I'm in the department of biomedical engineer. And my project, I have 2 projects, and I'm working in developing prosthetic legs to low cost. And my second project is making wrist support with universal code for people in quadriplegics. So those are the 2 of the projects I'm doing here with my great advisor, that is Brad Durstock. He's a paraplegic man too, but he has been here studying. Now he has a PhD, and he has an idea that everybody should study and have a career. So what he's trying to do is to encourage other people that have any disabilities to come to Purdue and to have a degree, because they can do it just as he could do it.
That's great.
Very nice.
Hello, everybody. My name is Felipe Sandoval. I'm from Colombia. My major is on agricultural engineering. At this moment, I'm working with two advisors at the Purdue University in horticulture department. I'm working in plant breeding. At this moment, I'm working on plant genetic breeding. As you know, we are in a global warming situation, and nowadays the scientists are very worried about the situation for the future. So I'm working with some of the professors to breed some plants in order to get tolerance to drug stress. And that's it.
Just keep talking, I'll try and make it work.
Hello, my name is Paula Navarro. I'm studying accounting in National University of Colombia, and here I'm working with Professor Sharia Tala in the Department of Forestry and Natural Resources. We are working in coffee crops in Colombia. We are trying to change the way we grow those kind of crops. We are trying to become in agroforestry systems in order to be friendly with the environment, and also in order to improve the economy in our country.
Sorry, I thought there was one more. All right, so I'm going to just say a few words about their program, just so you get an idea. So their research interests, actually, these are just 4 of 49 students that arrived here on June 14th. I'm going to just try to use this thing here. Okay, so the students arrived, and they are all part of this undergraduate research experience, Purdue Columbia, which is a 6-month program, and this is something that Purdue hopes to do every year. Last year was the first year, this year's the second year. And they're actually in 30 different departments, so it's a one-of-a-kind program at Purdue. They've never done something where it's across the disciplines like that. And so this gives you an idea of some of the areas where they're in. So each of them is here. They're, well, actually, this is a picture from the students from last year. With Mitch Daniels, and we don't have a picture of the whole group this year, but that gives you an idea. But the students are selected from among the top students at the Universidad Nacional in Bogota, Colombia, and they're in their 5th year of their undergraduate programs. They're paired with a Purdue faculty member and grad student, and they're here through December 15th. So they're not here taking classes, they're here to do research. They each have a lab, is that right? A place where you go to work every day. Some are actually working outside of West Lafayette in different areas. So it's very exciting. And at the end, I'll just mention the symposium that's coming in December, which you would all be welcome to come to. So each of the 49 students have been matched with a family in the community. And so I'm planning to let them tell you a little bit about their experience in the program, because that's the most fun thing to hear about. What they've done, they've met at a welcome picnic with their host families. And kind of the charge to the families is just to show them around town, help them get acclimated to the area. And then just to meet in the host homes at least once. Most of our students want to see what an American family's home looks like. And then just maybe include the students in special events like birthdays or holidays. These are some pictures from this past year. So birthday, Halloween, Feast of Hunter's Moon, and then this last picture here is a student that's learning to make a quilt. So, and then you can see lots of activities that involve groups of people and just fun times. This could be in your home, but there are people around town that you may even recognize. So I did want to just put a picture of their families, if they had those, to show you. Felipe's family is Jim and Pat Altapeter. I don't know if any of you know these people. I thought maybe I would just throw them up there so you could see. Natalia and Paula. Now Paula's visiting with Natalia's family, which is Diane and Jim Camberato. And then Daniel, his host is Amy Capps Armstrong. The rest of the family's not there, but you get a chance to see them having some frozen yogurt. So, and then Paula is with Bill and Peggy Hoover, who you may know, who's in forestry, retired from forestry and natural resources. So, as I mentioned, this symposium is in December, and that's when they'll be showing their research. And so it's open to the community. You can come and kind of, if you heard something today about their research, you might want to come and just learn a little bit more. And then for all those that are in the program, on October 16th, we're having a special gathering for all those that are in the program with the Colombians, and the Colombian students are going to cook for everyone. So this is something we hope to continue each year. So if you join the program next year in June, look forward to that. All right, well, so at this point, what I would like to do is bring our students back in and just ask them a few questions about their experience. So why don't you all, what would be the easiest? I'll just try to bring my...
I think the least amount you handle
The least amount is good.
have them come up.
Have them come over here, so maybe try to come over this direction.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess my first question has to do, what have you enjoyed the most about the program? And I'll let anyone that wants to speak first.
There you go.
Well, I really like this program because here you came like alone, so you don't have like any support or any other person who is going to be interested in your things. And having the family here is like, they make you feel like you are in home. So that's one of the greatest things that the program has given to me. Because Amy and her husband, they are very, very friendly, and all the family are very great. We enjoy not the 4th of July, Father's Day together with all the family, and just being there around the table and just eating and talking with them. It makes me feel like being in Colombia with my family.
Yeah.
So it's just great to have them here, to have a family with us. Oh, even happened one thing that I started talking about the deers here, and I was eating my burger, and I was like, here you hunt deers and deers. And I was like, but they're very, very cute animals, and I should, and you eat them, but I don't think I'm going to eat them, never. And they started looking at me, and I was like, okay, what happened? And when Amy told me, like, what you just eat, it was deer meat. I was like, oh, really? Well, I really like it, so it was fine, yeah.
Good. Okay, that's a good story.
I think that one of the most important things of this program is that you can imagine how scary it is that one student from another country come to your country and you feel totally alone, even if you are with friends. So have the opportunity to know a family that adopts you allows you to also know about your culture and also feel that you are at home, because I think that sometimes you can feel homesick Yes, it's normal. But at the end, when you share with some people like you or other people, because you just don't know that people, you know another people around, and that's a beautiful part of the program because it's very difficult to get involved with somebody, and you just can't go and say hello and can we just talk? It's a little bit scary. But if you are with somebody, it's easier for us to share some things and a lot of things new. So I really appreciate that.
Anyone else? Want to wait for the next one?
Okay, so let's go to a new question. So what are some of the things that you've done that you really enjoy? Does anyone, Paula, would you like to comment?
Well, I have done a lot of things with my host family. I remember the first one was the celebration of the Father's Day. They prepared a lunch at their home. It was amazing because, as Daniel was saying, you feel like you are at home with your own family, sharing things. Also, we watched football games by TV. It was impressive. I really feel good with them. I remember also the celebration of the 4th of July. I was impressed about all the songs, the concert that they do at Purdue University. Was amazing. At the end, the fireworks. It was something impressive for me. And the last thing was the fair that was in Lafayette last month. It's also impressive. Actually, I'm going with them to the next fair that is in Indianapolis, the state fair. And they said that was even bigger than this one. I think it's going to be impressive. I really can't wait for that.
Well, as all of you know, my host family here is Diane and James Camberato. They are amazing people, and I have shared with them really great things like having dinner, and once we went to the church, and after that we had a lunch together with my roommates because they have also been very nice with my roommates. So it's been a really good experience. I just want to thank you because you are very important to me right now. You are supporting me in this whole process because as my as they said, being here alone sometimes is difficult, and sometimes you want to be with your family and you can't because they are far away. So, but you have your host family that is your family too. So I think that's the most amazing thing. Thank you.
I'd like to share something that my adoptive father do for me. I'm from agriculture major, and I always work in the lab. So at this moment, I have ever had the possibility to travel to the country, to the crops that you have really here. So my father just took me to one of the friends' farm, and just to see the corn because I just haven't had the possibility to see it. And it was very interesting to see how do you crop your crops. Anyway, and I don't have the chance to do it without my family, or I have to do it by myself. That could be very difficult because I have to travel out the city. So I really appreciate that he shared that with me and give me the opportunity to know the farmers and how do you do your crops. And also, I have done a lot of activities with my father, and I really enjoy having time with him and with his wife. And I don't know, I have done a lot of things since I have been here, like 2 months, and every weekend we just find a new thing, a new fun to do something. So it's very fun.
That's great.
Okay, so let me see what my next question. So what has surprised you about Americans or about this area? Before you came, you probably had.
You just keep going.
Okay, great. Before you came, you probably had some idea of what you would come to. Is it different from what you thought? Is it, what kinds of things, impressions have you had since you've been here? Okay.
Well, this is my first time in the United States, and what my family told me before came was like, well, Americans, I think that they are like very cold and they don't speak to people or things like that. But when I arrived here, I realized that people is very, very friendly, even more than in my country, even more than, this.
It's Lafayette.
Yeah, it's the area.
It's the area. Yeah, so that is really impressive because here people really like to help you if you don't know anything. And that's great. People is open to speak with you no matter what. If you need anything, they're always there. So it's great to be here, and you are great people.
Well, what I want to add is that you all are very patriotic and you really love your country, and you can notice that everywhere you go because you want to take care of everything around you. And for example, in the celebration of 4th of July, I was really touching because of your patriotic sense. And also you're very organized with all you do. And that's a very important thing that I have learned here. So, that's what I wanted to do.
One thing that I noticed when I came here and I start to listen a lot of people, I realized that you have a very strong point of view, politic things. I mean, you can start a conversation about, I don't know, Republicans and Democrats, and you get involved in a very hard way. I mean, you can get very angry if you don't like one comment. But it's very interesting that you are very interested in the politics, and Colombia is very different. I think that we don't have that strong talks. So I think that I have learned a lot of things of Democrats and the Republicans, and I think that is very interesting to see different point of view of everything.
Tonight is a debate on TV, so you have to watch that. Anyone else want to comment?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
No, I
please
just
do.
ask.
Yeah.
So do your host families, do they all speak Spanish or?
They are
She speaks English, and that's like one of the most amazing things because
Your
Might be-
English
I'm
is
sorry.
very good. Your English
You
is
have to
very good.
repeat the question.
So the question was, do your host family speak Spanish or English? And all of them are saying no, they don't speak Spanish, as far as I can tell, right?
yeah, and besides you can practice your English with the host family. So because we all want to perfect our English here, so that's very amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for everyone to practice either English or learning how to speak Spanish. I'm sure you can teach them a little bit of Spanish too. Anyone else have a question before we finish? Yeah.
Okay, so if we were welcome, if we were to come to Colombia and you were going to be our host, what would you show us first?
Good question.
Well, that's a very huge question because in Colombia we have a lot of things depending on the city. If, for example, if you come to our capital that we came from that, we always, like every one of us came from Bogota. That is the big city, the most important city in Colombia. Well, there is a lot of museums, but maybe you don't want to be just in the city. we have more things like other cities like Cali, Medellin, that has huge things to do. I don't know if you like, for example, coffee. We have an special zone where there is produce, and you can have like a very interesting vacation just knowing how we crop the coffee, how we collect it, and how all the process is done. So that's one option. Or you can go just to the east and you can see I don't remember that word, but there is like, okay, there is, no, and there is a very huge land when you can see like a lot of cows and what you call like, yes, farms, but in a large place. And also, if you want to go to the south, we have the Amazon that is very jungle, and you can see a lot of things there. Or as you know, we have a lot of mountains, so you have to travel a lot through the mountains, and you can see a lot of towns, little towns, and you can learn a lot of things of each town. So depends on what you want.
I want to go for the food.
Or yes, or the food, yes. Or you can go to the north and we have all the coast. We have all amazing cities like Cartagena, Barranquilla, Santa Marta, that has a beautiful beach. Or we have the island San Andres. So that is depending on what do you want or what kind of weather do you like. Because we have like this since the cold to the heat to the hotter place. So it depends what you want and what do you want to meet.
You got somebody else next in line here.
Well, as you know, I am a biology student, so of course I want to talk about this. We have a lot of biodiversity in my country. We have the first place about bird biodiversity of birds. So it's amazing going to the different natural parks that we have. For example, you can go to Taironas Park, that's in the coast, in the north. So you can go there. And of course, as my partner said, you can go to the Amazon, which is an amazing place to go if you want to know all our nature and our biodiversity. But in general way, my country offers a lot of different places to go depending on your wishes to do. So basically, you have to go to our country. It's a very good destination. So you all are invited. Okay?
Well, if we had more time, I'm sure they could tell us lots more stories. Yes.
One thing on a side note, the Purdue All-American Marching Band is in Columbia this week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they're participating for 4 or 5 days. I know there's some parades or something. And anyway, they'll be back in a few days. That's why Roy Johnson's not here today.
Oh, so the Purdue Marching Band is in Columbia right now.
This week.
So that's exciting. Yeah, great. And they'll get a chance to experience football games here, and that'll be fun for you all. So I can't believe they've only been here, let's see, less than 2 months. So they've had quite an experience so far. I think it's great when they can come in the summer like that. So thank you.
All they're talking about is the families.
Yes.
That's what the emphasis is.
Right, and that is. And, you know, I was talking with someone from Colombia last year, and they said, you have to understand, I have 100 close relatives, and that's just on my mother's side. So when they say close, they mean, you know, they do things with their family, and that's really important. So, yes.
All of them speak English very, very well.
Yes, they do.
Did they get a lot of training before they came, or have they picked up that from the families?
They had training before they came. You want to comment on that?
Yes. Well, in fact, one of the requirements that you have to get if you want to come here is that you have a normal level of English, at least, and enough good to be here. Because obviously it's very difficult if you don't know English and you just start trying to guess what you are saying. Or yes, it's like a minimum requirement.
Right. So, yeah. One other question?
I have a question. When is it Daniel's? What is Daniel's birth date?
Daniel's
Mine
birthday?
is the 10th, and Jan's over there is the 9th.
Oh.
So when is Daniel?
When's Daniel's birthday?
My birthday was yesterday.
That's great. Yeah, thanks for asking that question. So, okay, well, I know that you all finish up, so one more thing.
One thing that I think that my fathers have learned of me is that everybody asks me a lot when I travel to another country that Colombia is like a very violent country, and I don't know why the people imagine that we are just like in the middle of the war. Yes, it's true, we are having troubles. We are having in war for almost 50 years, but it's for political things. But no, Colombia is a beautiful country, and not all the cities is in war. It's ridiculous that all the people think that we just live in a very hard life, and no, you can see that our city, like Bogota, is a beautiful city as you have here, and you can travel there and you can meet a lot of things, and you can enjoy it if you travel to Colombia. I just invite you to everyone to go.
Thank you. Okay, well, I just want to.
I would just like to say thank you. We are so impressed with their skills, their courage, their knowledge, biology and engineering and everything. We just want to thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And as I mentioned, I do have some flyers up here if you'd like to. We have about 50 students right now waiting to get matched. I've matched probably close to 40. And so we still have more to, if you have a student you want to like one of these, we will do our best to match you. So.
Very nice, thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciated all your good discussion and to letting us know. Thank you very much. Oh, please, yes.
Yes?
Beth, in honor and in gratitude for spending your time with us this afternoon, Kiwanis Art Club would like to present you with this light, which you as international traveler might come in handy someday. So thank you, and thank all of you once again for taking the time to share with us today.